men gather around the fireplace to open the tome. Open the tomes of history and reveal the scrolls within. The stories that have driven some of you to absolute madness and to joy. The dramatic events that have occurred to us throughout World of Warcraft, such as this week, when pre-patch dropped, and sadness and happiness reigned across the player base. Many hours, Team USA waited for their chance to jump in and see exactly what was happening. And then many of them realized there was issues to be found, problems discovered, bugs to be exploited, and all those kinds of great and wonderful things that lead to the joys of pre-patch and this weird and wonderful time that we're in that only happens every couple of years and will last about a month probably, right, Blizz? Probably about a month, something like that. Where it's then going to resolve itself and move on into the afterlife. Quite literally this time. We will be moving off into the afterlife of the Shadowlands. Have we had some good fun? Rage? I'm seeing rage. Did anybody's class get, like, completely mullered? Sorry, Holy Paladins. We did try and warn you. We did try and warn you. We tried. They're going to fix it. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Just because you like your glimmer and all that, right? Just play better. Right? Just play better. My holy pally, the fire mages fell from on high, toppled with the mountains as they fell down. Arcane Mage is really fun. Are we happy with the new Shadow Priest? For those of you who didn't check it on the PTR. I like your Hunter. Atlas Loot messed up my whole guild. We did cancel our raid, as I showed last night. I did stick the record on for our raid. Oh my god. Shadow Priest is crisp. I quite like it, although Finn says the current meta playstyle of the Shadow Priest not exactly ideal compared to the choices it has on offer, but over time this will all change. We saw brand new legendaries come into the game last night. We've had lots of buffs to the original ones, all kinds of stuff, and if you missed it, if you're looking for some entertainment on your Friday night, because I have a horror story of my own, ladies and gentlemen, my wife is making me go out of the house. She says I've been in this room for too long, and she's making me go outside after drama time. She's taking me to a kid's escape room. It's a family thing, apparently. It's a family thing. It's a family thing. I have to go outside. I have my mask ready and ready to go. I'm going to a kid's escape room. But yes, if you did miss it and you are looking for some entertainment, we did have the scuffed MDI today. Team Preach versus Team Fingal. The first to start at 0 with no Mythic Plus key, and the team to finish a Mythic Plus 10, the quickest in the Shadowlands beta. So lots and lots of new dungeons, Mythic Plus scaling all over the place. We also picked each other's classes. Finn did bestow upon me the playing of the Enhancement Shaman, and I chose him, Feral Druid. So that'll teach him some manners, hopefully. I'll teach him some manners the next time he wants to try and get my job sorted. We expected it to be an hour-long race. It was 3 hours long. 3 hours and 20 minutes to get clocked in as to actually finish up, and was plagued by some of the most hilarious and frustrating bugs in the game. If only it would have been smooth sailing. If only we could have had, like, a mage that didn't randomly get teleported to Bastion in the middle of a dungeon. You know, things like that. Things like that would have been definitely helpful. But that's not why you're here today. We're going to have some drama, and we're going to open up to get your gavels ready. Was it worth, and there is a follow-up to this, should I try again? Was it worth? Was it worth? Get your gavels ready. Was it worth? Yes. Was it worth the things we do? Guilty, 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 guilty. Let's open our wonderful patrons. We need a noob. Bevmo, you are going to be our noob. You are going to be our noob. All right. We'll do a lot of things, won't we, fellas? If we do think there might be, let's face it, we might think there's some sex on the other end of the line. We'll do quite a lot of stuff. But how far will you go? How far would you go? If there's a chance. How far would you go? How far would you go? Some of us would go pretty goddamn far. Pretty far. I went pretty far. A long time ago. Long time ago. I went pretty far. Here we go. Hello, Preacher, and all your wonderful audience members. I'm a long-time listener to Drama Time. dating way back to the earliest videos back on the YouTubes. I'm a dirty American and I could never attend your actual stream. Oh, lots of Americans show up to the stream. I've heard my fair share of drama though, and it is time for me to share in the delights. Here we go. Let me break it down for you. My little history. I have played some World of Warcraft since the very end of the Burning Crusade. I was in high school at the time, a freshman who had been sent out to a brand new high school on the other side of the city, and I was separated from all my middle school friends. Desperate, I decided to bite the unpopularity bullet. I joined Video Game Club. Right? Does Video Game Club not sound awesome? Is it just me? As a mega nerd, I wish my school had Video Game Club. I thought, that sounds really fun. Video Game Club? That sounds legit. I mean, it's not going to do you any favors with, like, the chads, but who gives a fuck? I fucking care. What I found surprised me. I fit in really well with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Nerds and the Zelda fanboys. It was actually really easy. It's because you are one. Alright, you're with your own kind now. Okay? You're with your own kind. It's like you've been returned in the zoo, right? You've had to spend some time in isolation, and then they just put you in the cage. They put you in the cage. You're like, oh, okay. There was one friend, however. One friend, of course. Bevmo. He was a year older than me, and he was definitely the alpha of the group. And why? He played World of Warcraft. My mother, of course, was a hardcore Christian. She saw multiplayer online games as the devil. And I shit you not, when I brought the topic of World of Warcraft up to her, she said, we will not have the devil in this house. Like, what is going on, right? In this Bible Belt area. What's going on there, man? Really? Really? What's going on there, man? Like, for reals? Is it for reals? Like, I don't know, dude. The first time someone told me I can't wear your merch, Mike, because everyone thinks I'm doing something horrible towards Jesus. Fair dues. My mother forbade me from playing these sorts of games, as it might taint my purity. Your purity? Your purity. We wouldn't want that, would we, lads? We don't want to taint that purity. So, like the good friend that he was, Bevmo allowed me to play one of his 4 accounts that he owned. So long as before I did anything I wanted to do, I completed his WoW daily chores. I was just happy to be playing the game, and I would take my MacBook Pro. Purity? MacBook? Okay. That's the devil, right? You kind of keep the devil out of your house, you're buying a MacBook Pro. I mean, this whole thing seems to be falling apart right quick. I log onto his Wi-Fi, log into one of his accounts, and I would trackpad my way through the brand new icy winds of Northrend. It was amazing. It was fantastic. But looking back on it, it was total shit. The rules, you see, the rules. I was not allowed to make my own character. I had to play only his characters. I couldn't do anything I wanted until I had farmed an X amount of herbs and made X amount of potions. You little bitch. And worst of all, he had an authenticator. So I could not log into his account at my home. I needed that damn code every time I wanted to log in. He even had the 4 accounts because he had enslaved his brother and sister to play on his alts, and they also had to farm mats before they could have fun. Sometimes, you know, chat, sometimes, when he wasn't looking, I would try and sneak off and make myself a little DK. I loved their lore. I loved the starter zone. I loved what they looked like. But every time I came back to his house to play again, Bevmo had deleted it. I had to start all over again. But, this hard-ass style of play, trial by fire, if you will, it taught me how to really play. And eventually I figured myself to be pretty good. I even started helping clear Heroic Icecrown at the end of the expansion with Bevmo's guild in the main group. Eventually, I got my own account to play through the Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria. I was the #1 raider in my guild during Mists of Pandaria on my female Worgen Frost DK. Howling, blasting my way through everything, up until Warlords, where my personal life took a bit of a dip, and I had to stop playing until the Legion fell from the sky. But I'm writing to you now, not about my many drama events I witnessed while laying siege to the Burning Legion, or fighting off the madness of the old gods. No. This story is from this week. I write to you because the Shadowlands pre-patch has come out. There's a new starting island, and I saw a perfect opportunity. Enter a girl. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Our girl shall be Swordling. Come on in, Swordling. Enter the Swordling. Enter the Swordling. Swordling hath arrived. Let me tell you a little something about Swordling. I met her in the IRL about a year ago now. And you know what? Sparks. The dream. We got along so very well. She liked anime and Disneyland. Wow. The two of us became quick friends. But with Corona running rampant around the world, the only way we could see each other was through the computer. It was then that I made a suggestion. I know what we can do together. I know what can bring us together in these dark times. World of Warcraft. Come on. It'll be fun. New expansion, new character model stuff. It's going to be the best. Just come. Come on, Swordling. Let's do it together. A fresh start for us both. She agreed. She brought up that she'd played World of Warcraft back in Wrath of the Lich King, and she'd been tempted to give it another go, to go on another adventure, to see the raids once more. I was hyped as shit. Swordling was a potential girlfriend. Coitus. World of Warcraft, epics, purples, scissor sisters. We can make the dream come true. This could be everything I want in my life. A girl, epics, and a girl. All the three things needed for the Triforce of perfection. I probably should have tried to avoid this after listening to so many of your shows preach, but... girl. How could I pass up the opportunity? Fair. It's a fair shout. It's a fair shout. So Swordling began the download process the day before the pre-patch. And I spent my day planning my date. How this was going to go. The big launch, fresh characters, the starting island, the whole business. I planned it out to a T so we would have the best time. The day came. I got home from work, turned the PC on as quickly as I could, and I sent her a message. Are you free? Are you ready? No response. Patient, I sat. Staring and waiting for those 4 dots of anticipation to appear. There they were. An answer coming my way. No. I have things to do. I need to go to the store. We can play later. Okay. No need to panic. It's fine, I thought. I wished her good luck on going to the store. God bless. Hey. Go with peace. Yeah? Go with peace. In the meantime, I figured, okay, got some time to kill. I'll hop onto my old DK, start setting up my UI again, install add-on updates, get myself primed and ready. This got really boring really quick. So, what is the next most fun thing to do outside of setting up your UI? You nailed it, transmog runs. We're on it. So off I go to ICC to start gathering up some mogs. All the while the servers were becoming increasingly less and less stable, and I could not count the many times I was kicked off only to come back to a 20-minute wait. Swordling did not get back until 10 PM. And by that time I was frustrated with the server stability, and I said, it's okay. We'll try again tomorrow. But you still want to play, right? Yes. Yes, I do. The date is back on the table. Tomorrow came. I come home from work. I flick on that PC and I send her the message. Are we ready? Are you ready for the Shadowlands pre-patch? No, I'm not. Okay. She kept describing errands, and the errands must take place. Errands here, errands there, errands not here. She won't be back until late that night. But at least now the servers seemed more stable. At last it happened, though! Swerdling logged onto Discord at 8 p.m. She apologized for being late. And me, in my haste, said, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, I wasn't like sat here waiting for hours. You know? It's not a problem. I've been busy. Lots of busy things to do. Lots of testing and checking stuff. Are you ready to play now, I say? Yep, I'm all ready. She tried to log in. I sat online waiting for the inevitable ping of logging in or some confirmation. A few minutes later, she finally keys up, frustrated. Can't log in! I've password resetted now so many times. It's not even in my inbox, though. Okay. Not to panic. I was confused and I didn't know how to help her. I kind of just sat looking at the Discord screen. I made all the suggestions you guys would probably make. Have you checked your spam? Perhaps it went into the spam. Just log in, okay? I've been waiting 2 days. Just log the fucking... It's not that hard, you know? Like 11-year-olds do this. You can do this. I believe in you, Swerdling. No, not check that. I'll check it now. It's not there, though. She was getting frustrated. The dream was collapsing. She gave up on her old account and said, I'm just going to make a new account. Don't worry. I'll just make a new one. It's all right. It's 9:15. 45 minutes have passed. And I'm just sat there on the character creation screen, getting a little frustrated myself. But eventually, she said it. The words, I am on the character creation screen. I've done it. I immediately told her, of course, which server to roll on, making sure we didn't make that error. How do you change server in this game, though? Can't even see a button anywhere. Where is it? It's at the top of the character creation screen. It's just at the very top. What do you mean? It's just, you know, it's just above, you know? It's just at the top right. It's there. I see character icons, classes, gnomes. I realized, of course, she's made a brand new account. It's trying to send her to a realm. It's trying to make it easier for her. The game auto chose a realm for her. I was like, okay. Press back. And there it was. She found the realm selection list. But then more problems. Can't even find the realm you're on. There is no realm called fucking Ragnaros, alright? There's Azure Mist, Angus Isles, Balnazar, Sylvanas, Thrall, Echo Islands. Put them in alphabetical order. How? God, this game is so shit, she said. Eventually, we figured it out. We alphabetized it. And it took about 5 minutes. I'm not going to lie. It took about 5 minutes. But then she said she's found the server. I took a deep breath. Progress. I made my Worgen Druid. I logged in. Found my character standing there on the boat. We're getting somewhere, right? I mean, progress is happening. That's what you need to understand. Progress, we're moving forward in the right direction. Unfortunately... she had not seen the character customization screen for quite some years, since Wrath of the Lich King. 35 minutes? 35 minutes? She sat there, deciding on how her character should look. Eventually deciding for a Worgen female hunter. It's good news. She's ready. Okay, I told her. As soon as you enter the world, just send me your character name. We'll party up and we're going to be on our merry way. Okay. And I sat there. And I sat there for minutes and minutes and minutes. And I sat there. No message, nothing. I just sat there. eventually I ask. She's not talking to me. So, did you make your character? Are you good? Yeah? They're making me, like, kill these, like, fish people now, though. You know what I mean? Fish people? What are you talking about? Are you still on the boat? Boat? No, mate. I finished that boat, like, ages ago. I'm, like, killing fish people now. All right. Okay. All right. My head nearly obliterated my desk, and I took a deep breath. And, you know, it's been, like, 2.5 days, and, you know, we're doing it. That's okay, I say. Just, what's your character name? And just wait there. I'll be there. Eventually, we were partied up, though. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. One foot in front of the other. And I was now shipwrecked on the island with her. I worked out that the fish people she was talking about were the Murlocs. And so, we began. We're questing together. The date is on. It's happening. I pull a bunch of Murlocs together with Wrath until I got Moonfire. And then I spam away, dropping those little fellas in droves. Meanwhile, I take a little look over at our Swordling, who's just auto-attacking with a rifle. Are you getting experience? I said. Purple bar's going up. Are you looting the corpses? Because we need to get the first aid kits, and we've killed everything now. So have you got them? Is your quest complete? I've got 2. Right, only 2. Okay. We've killed the whole island, though. Maybe you don't have auto loot on? They put auto loot in this game, though! No way, dude! How? I then explain how to put on auto loot. She clicks one mob and the quest is complete. Good. Good. Okay. Okay. We went back to the quest giver who told us to use them on their fallen comrades. I did, of course. Run around and click them away. But Swordling's getting frustrated. Again. She's getting, like, angry. I have been clicking this for ages and, like, nothing is happening. I look over and I just see her jumping backwards and forwards over the Pandera body, getting angry. I don't understand, right, how in this day and age, Blizzard can put a quest in the game to heal things what hunters can do who don't even get healing spells. Blizzard is fucking stupid. My head was beginning to explode. She just didn't know how to use the quest item. That's all. That's the only problem. And I know the island gives you tooltips on how to do it. It gives you an arrow explaining to you how to do it. But, you know, okay. I explained, and I swear to you all, I was being as calm as I possibly can be. I was clearly frustrated, but I was being as calm as I could possibly be. And after watching her character make the hand motions, there was like a wave of relief run over me as I started to relax. She was using the quest items. We were making progress. Fucking shit, this, mate. This is so stupid. This is the stupidest way of doing stuff in this game that I've ever seen in my life. I was like, it's just how you use quest items. Just how you use quest items. It makes it much easier because you don't have to look through your bags anymore, you know? It's just on the side of the screen. I tried reasoning with her, but it was no use. Okay? Instead, I suggest to tell you what, let's not worry about it. Let's just move on. Yeah, next quest. She agreed, and we made our way to the encampment where the next NPC was dying of starvation. This part went over well enough. Went fine. Things are starting to relax. The dream girl is coming back in. I thought the dueling was kind of neat, and we did the next few quests. All good. All good. It started to look as if things were finally moving along. It was then that she ran into a new obstacle, though. One I did not anticipate when we made our way to the Worgen before the Bristleboars. I haven't even got the quest for this. What do you mean? How can you not... What do you mean? We spoke to the same quest person, right? I mean, we talked to literally the same people. I'm reading the quest. And my quest says tame a pet. Oh, I was baffled for a moment, but then I realized She did not actually have a pet yet. I hadn't noticed until just then, and I was shocked. Hunters for the last few expansions just started with a pet at level 1, but here on the island, you don't. They give you a quest to go and find one, just like the good old days. And actually, I felt kind of happy. Nostalgia washed over me thinking about it. And so I watched her go off and tame a goat. And I watched those little hearts raise up in the air. And I started to wonder to myself, I wonder what class quest the druids get. Maybe I get something for bear farm or cat farm. Something like that. This might be cool. She turned in her quest, and now she had the same quest as me. Mob after mob I moonfired down, and she would sometimes arcane shot as I saw the little glow fly through the air, but mostly just auto attack. We made it through the Bristleboar area, and we freed the gnome from his torture. And this was when it all came crashing down. It fell apart right at this moment. The gnome brings out a device that flies you through the air over a horde of undead. I, of course, click on it and make a joke about flying. She didn't know. She just got angry. I want to fly! Why are you flying? Why? Why are you flying and I'm not allowed to fly? How is that fair? Click on the thing. Just click on the thing. You did turn in the quest, yes? You got the new quest? Click on the thing. This is so dumb, though. I don't even see what you're talking about. And she was raising her voice quite a lot. She was genuinely really angry. And when my character landed, I decided, okay, I will stream through Discord and show you what to do. My Worgen sat underneath a floating machine as I jumped up and down. See, it's here. Right here, this thing. She starts swearing and slams her desk over the mic. You can zoom the camera out? I couldn't see it, okay? This game has gotten really hard now. This is just the beginning of the game, and it has gotten really hard since last time I played. I don't understand how you're even supposed to use items anymore, how these goddamn tip screens keep popping up, and they're really pissing me off, and I hate what they've done to this game. It is ruined now. Why didn't they keep it casual and fun? I was stunned, dazed, shocked, confused, bewildered, flabbergasted. This is the starter island. And she seemed to think it had become elitist. I was thinking to myself, it's easier now than it ever has been. And I just tried to calm her down. I said, it's okay. You just didn't know about camera controls. Like, it's not a big deal, right? Honestly, the game is pretty easy. Just trust me. It's just learning the basic stuff at the moment. She had none of it. While I was saying this, I saw her character vanish into the ether. Disconnected from Discord. She had turned her whole PC off in a rage quit. On the starting island. Because it was too hard. I was in a position where the potential girlfriend of my dreams had been beaten by World of Warcraft starter zone. And she had rage quit. So I just logged off. What the fuck? I logged off my shitty druid just so that I'd only made because, and I admit it to you now, I was just going to be her healer. I just made myself a class I wanted to play, a Tauren Shaman on a different realm, and did the starter island myself before bed. P.S. The Shaman quest getting Spirit Wolf was awesome. It is, isn't it? That's what I did it on. I was stunned in silence the rest of the night, and the next morning, I still sent her a message. Of course you did. She rage quit, abandoned you, didn't even say goodbye, and you sent her a message the next day. Good stuff. And she replied as if nothing had ever happened. As normal as ever. Even asking if I wanted to play WoW again with her tonight. Ladies and gentlemen of the court. Ladies and gentlemen of the court. I come to you now. I have to admit the power of Poon compels me. That's his words, by the way. Is it worth? Is it worth? Of course it's worth. Of course it is. All right? Of course it is. Don't listen to these lot. This lot is full of it, man. This lot is full of it. Of course it's worth. Give it a second go. See what happens. Although if the rage happens again, maybe pass. Maybe pass. Maybe pass. Maybe pass. It's worth a second try. Come on, you waited nearly 3 days for this moment. You waited nearly 3 days. It's gotta be worth, man. It's gotta be worth a go. I think so. I'm not putting the gavel down though. I'm not entirely convinced. I need more evidence. I need more evidence. Oh, come on. He was going to heal her all the way through it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Simp? It's not a simp. Come on. He's making a play. What? Let me ask you this question. Do you have anything better to do right now? The answer is no. Right? You waited 2 days to do the starting zone. You have nothing else going on. So give it a go. You've got nothing else happening. You waited 2.5 days to do the starter zone of pre-patch, right? You've got plenty of time on your hands. You're going to be fine. All right, let's keep Beppo for this. There's a lot of names in this. We need a guild name. So you guys can choose that for us as I fill out here. Let's have Kohlberg. Let's get you in. Mr. Kohlberg. The little wolves. The other sides. Fair enough. Fair enough. Somebody who just goes by Robert. How many names do I need? This is too many names you've put in here. This is too many. It's like 9 names. Oh, how many times? Oh, how many times they're mentioned? Oh, that's interesting. You put how many times they're mentioned. All right, so we need 1 guild name. We need 2 priests. Okay, Boxwell. And I'm not giving a name to anybody who's not mentioned more than a few times. I think that's fair. And Tobizard. Tobizard. All right, the other sides. The other sides it shall be. All right, okay. Greetings! Mike and chat, I come to you with my story about how I ended up leaving my guild. My introduction to raiding. To the big leagues. 2007 was my starting year. I was a casual boy all the way up until Mists of Pandaria, when I started raiding, but just a little dipping my toe in. I didn't start Mythic until the Nighthold, where I joined an awesome guild that I still have friends from to this day. I'd always been Dupes until Tomb of Sargeras, where we needed someone who could become a tank, and since I played a Monka, I did the Monka TOS Tomb of Sargeras. I said fuck it, and became the off-tank. I had a blast, because of the fact that threat wasn't an issue, so I could place the boss in the crispiest of positions for the DPSs, and around this time, my Nighthold guild died, and I joined a brand new guild that was progressing Kil'jaeden Mythic as a DPS. We got him down to 5%, but I had to be benched last reset before Antorus came out, because the officer team wanted to make sure the guild downed him. So they brought in 2 dudes from a top 10 guild to kill Kil'jaeden. Fuck that! Fuck that! No way, bro! No way, dude! Oh, that is gross! Ugh! And your guys were okay with that? Your team was okay with that? Fuck that. I stopped playing the game after we had downed King Garoth, Big Mythic, because my job at the time made it really hard to do both. I came back to WoW in the Battle for Azeroth for a short while with a guild formed of players from my old Nighthold team, but BFA is the poop, especially of the game, especially Myth Plus with the Infest mechanic. So I stopped again and came back now and then got Curve. Classic World of Warcraft was announced, and boy was I not excited. I couldn't give a flying fuck, but my friend did. So I thought, okay. And I prepped for 3 months in a hardcore guild that I joined and died 5 months or something into Classic because they all burned themselves out. How in the fuck are you burning yourself out on Classic World of Warcraft? Are you out of your goddamn mind? How in the tits are you burning yourself on Classic World of Warcraft? What are you doing? What are you doing? You could burn out. Rank 14, baby! Rank 14! Now, on to the big meat of the story. My return to World of Warcraft, and of course, mythic Ny'alotha, the Waking City. When my classic guild died, I had nothing to do. I played a bunch of other games like Warframe, Red Dead, Monster Hunter, Iceborne, but some part of me just wanted to play me some World of Warcraft. That's what I wanted. So back I came. I quickly geared up my monk, got curve, and then I boosted a DK and did the same, and then I got bored. So I started looking for a guild. I want to play with people. I want to play with the dudes. I changed my Raided.io and WoW Progress profile to looking for guild. Does that do anything? How does that work? Do people see it when you're in like LFD? How does that work? Like on the Raided.io. And I started looking around. I'm not looking for anything hardcore. Actually does. Cool. I wasn't looking for anything hardcore. Just something casual, but, you know, still pushing. And then one day I was doing M+. I got a message from Bevmo. Would you like to join the other sides? We are a friendly, casual, 5 out of 12 mythic social raiding guild. No. The answer is no. That's the answer. No. No. No, I don't. So you just tick all the boxes. We've got casual, social, mythic, raiding. Okay. But they needed a tank. And I said yes. Of course you did. Of course you said yes. Because you know why I said yes? I just want to raid. That's all. I want to raid casual mythic. Why? Not too hardcore. Why? Why? Answer me the question. Why? My guild raids 3 days a week. That's not a lot. Your guild probably still also raids 3 days a week. Your guild just takes months longer. Why? I don't get it. Why? Why? You're like these casual guilds still raid 3 days a week. Why are you intentionally looking for the slow one? Don't look for the slow one. Look for the one that goes fast if you're going to raid the same amount of time. This makes sense to me. Think of it this way. You need your Easy Eats burrito really fast because you've queued up for the dungeon and it could pop at any time. So, do you, A, put one in the microwave and it's done, or B, do you build one from scratch that takes like 45 minutes, including raising the cow, slaughtering the cow, preparing the beef, right? Ipso facto, same result at the end, right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you got to commit to raiding days, 3 days a week is a lot. Didn't used to be. How casual are you guys now? Like half an hour a week? What are you doing? 3 days a week isn't a lot. Yeah, 3 days a week is pretty normal. Yeah. We old? 1 day max? Look, put that on your application. Look, I could give you like 2 hours on a Thursday. That's it. 3 days? 3 days is pretty normal. Yeah. Most are 2? Man, you Zoomers. No commitment to anything. 3 days isn't a lot. I don't think so. Especially if you clear fast and then you do 1 day for months. Right? 3 days during progress. Then 2 days really quickly. And then 1 day. No? Am I in a bubble? Am I in a bubble? Doesn't feel like a bubble. Am I in a bubble? It sounds like a bubble. You're in a bubble? Okay. I'm staying in my bubble then. I'm staying here. I don't want to raid for half an hour a week. The fuck is that? A straw poll it? I'm going to do some research. You guys all raiding like 1 day a week? How are you getting anything done? That's like reclear territory. 2 days for just 2.5 hours each? Jesus. 2 days, 3 to 4 hours. 2 days. Extend every week. Oh my god. You're killing me. Oh no. I don't like it. Go 3 days and be done with it. And then raid 1 day. Easy. Easy claps. Trust me. It's the greater way. It's the greater way. Have faith. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to this. It's not my drama. It's this guy's story. You raid your 2 days. You'll be fine. We're going for the casual mythic guild. That's the after. We're joining the other side. The casual social raiding fun guild. One thing to note, also, before going forward, I'm already thinking of the YouTube comments to this section of the drama time. Think of roses. Much more relaxed. Okay, one thing to note, before going forward, I had not tanked any of the bosses in Ny'alotha. I hadn't even done all the bosses on Heroic. When I joined the guild, it was nice that they were super organized and the atmosphere was chill, and we started to clear Ny'alotha at a steady pace. And I didn't see any problems until we got to... Ooh, name the boss. I'm surprised this is still a problem now. I assume we did this quite recently. Zanesh? No, never Zanesh. Yes, Raden. Raden. Something was wrong. There was a disturbance in the force, ladies and gentlemen. Something was wrong. I could feel it because our pulls just were all over the place. But not in terms of, like, killing Raden. Me. Actually me. One night, no survival issues at all. Next night, he would slap me into the fucking ground like I was just a little piece of shit. It was the first time I had to take off my Twilight Dev. And I even had to equip a defensive trinket. Good God. On a monk? Sad. And then I noticed that when we had killed him, and we were going for a reclear, and we couldn't kill him, I did notice that Kolberg, our holy paladin, that was there for the kill, wasn't with us on the reclear when we couldn't kill him. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So red flags were starting. But let's go on to Carapace. For a chance, of course, of eventually getting that cutting edge. At this point, I had started to talk more with the Shaman Healer, the Druid Healer, and a new recruitment officer, and doing some M+ with them when they needed filler. Our pulls on Carapace were wonky. Not because of me. We were wiping in phase 2 because of people being bad and activating the growth early. Yeah, but there's loads of nameplates to dot. You can't blame the DPS for that, mate. There's loads of nameplates in that room, and all of them need to be damaged, right? So, who's really at fault? You put me in a room, you filled it full of nameplates, mate. Of course I've got to kill him. That one needs a Moonfire. That one needs a Moonfire. They all need a Sunfire, right? You fucking play your class, I'll play my class. All right. Keep your fucking opinions to yourself. All right. But we were getting through there. Our raid leader even swapped over to our side to see what was going wrong. Phase 3, and we made it. And this is where it seemed to be going badly. I was dying. I was dying through defensives. And if I didn't death strike at the exact right time or the GCD clipped me, I would die. So I did it. I didn't want to do it, but I broke casual law. I went to the logs. Guilty. Guilty as fucking charged. Guilty as fucking charged. You've broken casual law. You should be banished from the guild. What did I see? Our healing logs. Oh, blaming the healers, are we, Mr. Tank? Our healing logs were in the lowest 98th percentile. Ouch. Ow. And to my surprise, I was actually passing in rank 1 for my DK several times for healing. Bummer. Now, I know I had gone where I shouldn't have gone by finding out maybe where there were some weak links. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I then went a little further. I felt like I needed to do an investigation. These are all very hardcore terms. Logs, investigation. Starting to sound a little bit like some sort of stormtrooper, you know? Very authoritarian, if I do say so myself. Starting to really take over. A little bit of a dictator voice to you now, alright? Logs, keeping records, investigations. So, I went to the big nerds. The people from my classic World of Warcraft guild. Really? This is where we're going. But to be fair, they were all top tier players from earlier expansions of World of Warcraft. And the only thing we could find, in summary, this council of nerds sat around the campfire, looking over the data, was that our healers were shit. I noticed certain things, okay? There were just little things that were giving it away. That's all. There was just, you know, little things. For example, I noticed that in phase 1, on my deaths, one of my deaths, that within the 40 seconds before my deaths, I took 8 million damage. I received 7.2 million healing. 6.1 million was done by me. The rest was done by 2 priests combined. This is just an example of the kind of things I'm seeing. This is just an example of... Oh, you gotta hate logs with the numbers and the facts. Fucking shitty piece of shit it is. Elitist is what it is. It's what it is. Exposing people. Cancel culture going on in World of Warcraft. After doing this mini investigation, I wasn't sure how to proceed. Okay, so how do you proceed? You've got some data you wish to share. The only reasonable solution I could think of was to take pictures. Oh my god. Like a manila envelope. I took some pictures of them and sent them to our raid leader, Robert. I also included a dossier. There's a dossier and pictures. All right. Fucking hell. Rainbow Six. Are we ready? There's a dossier. We're going to be fine. There's a dossier with pictures. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Explaining it in casual wording. That's offensive. Casual wording. So what did you do? Get like, you see, this hot dog is the amount of damage I took. Okay. So you want to take a bite out of this damage so that the hot dog dies, right? That's what you want. So I took this much. Is that your casual wording? Yeah, we need to go monosyllabically, otherwise they'll never understand it. Okay. So I sent... I worded it very casually. God, reading that makes me feel sick. And just said, healing feels a little lackluster. And I kind of insinuated that the officer team has to sort this out. This is hilarious. Trying to be politically correct. Okay. I did it this way because I thought it was nicer than saying that our 2 priests are shit. Can you have a talk with them and tell them to fix their healing by maybe sometimes healing the tanks? Which is maybe what I should have done. Instead of that happening, though, Robert sent me some screenshots back and some other stuff that he and the rest of the officers had been compiling in their own dossier. Pff, counter move. Second dossier. I played dossier. Dossier blocked. Easy. Double dossier. Fucking outplayed, son. Outplayed. You ain't getting your dossier around this. Inside was all the screenshots of the officer team complaining that I take too much damage and that maybe I'm not using any of my cooldowns properly, or perhaps blood DKs take a lot more damage than they're supposed to and aren't very good. Even though when me and my friend Bevmo looked at it. Everything was normal. My damage is higher as a blood DK, but, you know, I'm also doing millions and millions of healing, you know? At this point, Bevmo told me to tell them to shove it up their ass and leave because of the disrespect of their dossier. When I had provided solid proof in my dossier of the healing being shit. Which dossier is better? Hard to say. Both of them are called dossier. Dossier is a cool word. No, you both make a strong point. Tough one. Tough one. Looking back at it, I should have just left because it didn't get better. The next raid night, we had a couple of people streaming the raid. The raid went as good as it could go. I noticed again that I was having to pop every single CD to survive shit, and I was getting 98 to 99% healing passes, as I had now decided to check the logs on a fight-by-fight basis. I once again got a 100% pass, and decided I would casually drop it into the chat during the raid. Oh. By the way, I'm rank 1ing as a blood DK. But then the fun happens. I was pissed after the raid with the whole healing thing, so I jumped into a channel to talk about the healing. And my friends were as baffled as I was because they were healing the other side in phase 1. I could see what happened to me, but they can't heal me because they're not on my side. And then I noticed that one of the healers was still streaming and he had jumped into the officer channel without muting the stream because he had no viewers. Big brain play. Doesn't matter what people hear because there's nobody here to hear it. Right? Now, this is where I got super pissed. Super pissed. What I heard from that stream pissed me off and removed my filter. I hear Robert, our fearless leader, join the chat, and then he says this phrase. Hey, that raid went pretty well. Did our author cry about healing again? Oh, you fucker. You fucker. He then went on to flex as raid leader that he might have to force me to use full versatile corruption instead of stupid DPS stuff like Twilight Devastation. I hope there's no tanks in the stream who all of them just smash their keyboards. I should have this word with Top Keg, actually. He has been getting rank 1s with Twilight Dev, and it's really not appropriate as a tank. It certainly isn't helpful to the raid that the tank does more damage than all the DPS. I shall have a word with him tonight. See if we can fix that. I just fucking lost my goddamn mind. I lost my mind because this just confirmed my thinking. They didn't give a shit about it. So I started talking to my buds and then to the healer. And then the healer joined the channel with the stream still on and heard me talking shit about them. So I started getting messages to me on Discord saying that if I want to smack talk the healers, I could do it to their faces. So I wrote back, "You're a shit healer." Well, fair enough. Oh, God. At this point, all my friends are just telling me to just leave the guild, dude. Like, what are you even doing? The day after, I was invited to the officer chat with the healing leader and Robert. A friend of theirs that was farming N'Zoth was there to explain to me why I was bad. Oh, this is genius. This is genius. The TLDR I was given. I wasn't using my cooldowns correctly. And that cooldowns being Dancing Runeblade, even though you would use it as DPS CD. And I wasn't using it because I forgot about it because I was having to keep myself alive on my own. Oh, you weren't using Dancing Rune Weapon? You would have lived through anything. Honestly, Dancing Rune Weapon is the strongest defensive cooldown in the game. So, frankly, you're shit. That's just a fact. What you could do is get yourself a cool UI that tracks it for you so you can see it's on your screen. That's a true. It's borderline broken. For sure, man. For sure. Like, I mean, have you ever seen a tank die using Dancing Rune Weapon? Didn't think so. So, there you go. Evidence. They also said that the reason I was dying was because of the DPS. Okay? Because they weren't transitioning fast enough because of padding. I mean, DPSs are always padding, so... I mean, you can't just change that. After this conversation, I thought maybe they were right. You dick. You absolute dick. Really? Really? And I'm going to give them another chance. I did 2 more raids with them. The first one, we're actually getting decent progress. The only annoying thing was one of our trash hunter officers being a piece of shit. He was usually the officer that would tell people to get better and stop playing badly and then cause a wipe and laugh about it. And now the last raid, where I got my vindication. This is because one of our healing officer couldn't make it. And so finally, the Chad Holy Paladin, Boxwell, was brought back into the raid. I want to point out that although I knew that Boxwell was the Chad Holy Paladin, he had been benched because they didn't like having too many people in melee range. You're benching a Holy Paladin in 8.3 because they want to be in melee. Oh, mother of Jesus. Oh, God. Wow, that hurts. That's a stinger. I'm going to pay for that tomorrow. Oh, my. Oh, my. You can bench them now. Go ahead. Bench away. Boxwell was just like a blanket wrapped around me. I went from popping 5 CDs that I had learnt to rotate all during phase 1 to not using any. I was waiting for some of my health to spike. It never happened. Because of this one player. It was proving that it was the healers that were indeed trash. Insert Captain Holt screaming, vindicated! But if you remember, I said, I do ultimately leave this guild. We did not kill Carapace that night. What happened instead was a complete and utter shit show. We did 5 pulls over the span of 40 minutes. I'm out. I am out. I am out. What? And they weren't the best, but it was understandable. We had 3 people that filled in for people who weren't there. And it wasn't even the wipes you would get mad about. It was easy fix stuff. But when Robert, the raid leader, couldn't take it, he got so mad that he moved to the officer channel with the other officers and left us just stood in front of the boss waiting. We all just sat and waited without information, talking shit and stuff. And then after a 40-minute undisclosed break... What? The officers came back and tell us raid's over because they can't be bothered to play like this anymore. What a guild. Absolute joy. What a guild. In comparison, so to know what it's like, in comparison, our raid started like 10 minutes late last night and Alex was well up for calling the raid, as was Loz. They're like, fuck this. We're 5-10 minutes late. Let's just call the raid. Let's just call it like... There's no waiting about, man. We're all sat there. We can all be playing other games. If it's not going to happen, fuck it. We're out. How do I join that guild? You just have to be bald, fat, and ideally ugly. But you can go with 2 of the 3 if you want. I jumped into Discord with Bevmo. And for a final time, he tells me, will you fucking leave and stop banging on about this goddamn guild? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Will you stop telling me about it? I'm not interested anymore. So I did. Why wouldn't I? I couldn't think of a single reason to stay with him. When I woke up the next day, I did what I thought was right. I took to writing the farewell message of Pride. If you had half a brain, you would see through my niceties that the underlining message was that I was leaving because fuck the officer team. And the officer team was some streaming social heroic raids and all this kind of stuff. So I got to listen to their reaction as one of them was streaming. As you can guess, it became worse after Robert asked if I could tank until they found a new tank. No. I never did get my Carapace kill or N'Zoth down. I was going to look for a new guild, but I can't be arsed with writing a big essay like this at the time. But since I was on different meds at the time, I weren't as good as the current ones. But I am coming back in the Shadowlands. I will rise once more. I'm going to get that Sire Denathrius cutting edge. And that is the end of my story. Chat, am I an arsehole for leaving like I did? Or was I justified? Of course we're justified, but you broke casual law, and for that you are guilty. For that alone, you are guilty. You broke casual law. Going to the logs is a dick move, okay? It's a dick move. You know it, I know it. We're all supposed to just be friendly, yeah? Everybody's welcome, everybody plays well, okay? What's casual law? Don't go to the logs, yeah? Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. Watch your logs' pog. Ladies and gents, that does bring us to the end of Drama Time for today. It's been a hell of a day. War on the Mythic Plus dungeon front in the Shadowlands. Pre-patch running rampant. All cool stuff. All cool stuff. But it has been amazing. I am now going to leave to go on a child's escape room puzzle where I'm sure I will be pushed to my very limits. I have no doubt strats and logs will be involved. And we may once again have to break casual law. We may once again have to break casual law. Have a wonderful weekend, ladies and gents. I hope you do something fun. And I will see you again as soon as I'm physically able to be with you. All right? Be good. Host Noggy again, please. Is he still on? Our boy? Let's have a look. We can send him over there. Or I don't think Finn's on because Finn's streamed with us all day. Let me have a look. I think he's gone off. Yeah, he's gone off. He has gone away, unfortunately. Let's host Dan. Let's go say hi to Dan. Have fun, everybody. Give Dan my love. Give him all the kisses in the world. Okay? Give him all the kisses in the world. Have a great weekend, guys. Love you all. Thank you for another wonderful week. I'll see you later. Noggy is online. He's not in my list. That's okay. We can host Dan. That's all good. Bye, everybody.